It's time for another edition of Behind the Mic from Fabulous 103 FM. I'm Tommy D, and we've covered having COVID tests. We've looked at how the station works, and we're going to be looking at how the station works even more at a later stage. But I thought it would be kind of interesting if we got to meet some of the other people who run businesses in the city and see how it's going for them. So our guest this morning, or maybe you're watching this in the evening or the afternoon, but here it's the morning. Our guest this morning is Debbie, and Debbie owns Nicky's. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, Tommy.
Now, how long have you owned Nicky's?
16 years.
16 years?
Yes.
You've made a fortune, absolutely coined it, minted it.
Unfortunately not.
You're a guest house?
Were. Before they changed the rules.
Oh, right, so you were a guest house.
Yes.
Restaurant with a bar.
Yes.
And very, very popular. You had a very good following.
Well, we try.
Yeah. And you got good staff, good kitchen. Everybody likes the food then.
Yes, staff are all long-time serving members because they know what they're doing.
Most of your staff end up marrying foreigners, don't they? Tell the truth.
You're all my relatives now. Sisters-in-law and cousins-in-law. It's very annoying.
I find it funny. I was talking to you the other day and you were telling me that every time one of your family members comes over, they fall in love with one of your staff and they end up getting married or in a relationship. I
keep telling them there are 30,000 other girls out there, but they don't listen to me.
But they leave them working with you?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. So they marry them and just leave them there?
Yes, exactly.
That's sort of parking, really?
Yes.
Parking until you want to have a little drive.
Well, for both of us.
It's got to be hard for them, though, because all of a sudden, husband or boyfriend...
They haven't seen... They're like David. They haven't seen them for 2 years now.
It's a long time, isn't it?
It is a long time, and long-distance relationships, as you know.
So let me ask you a question. How many of those relationships crashed?
None.
Really?
None. They're all still together. That
is unreal. Honestly, I really thought that you were going to say like 50% of them stopped sending money and weren't taking care. No, love me no more.
No, talk every day.
Wow.
Usually when they're supposed to be working.
Yes, yes.
No, everything's fine.
Now, when I visited you the other day for lunch,
yes,
you just had the latest spate you had was a power cut.
Yes.
And you have a woman that works there who's she's like the little Hitler of the restaurant who sits there and goes, use toilet, but only number 1, not number 2. She got very upset with me.
Well, there you go, you see. Another future in-law.
Is she? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck to the one who marries that one.
Having said that, for all she's a little Hitler, and sometimes she drives me mad. She knows where everything is in that restaurant and how everything works. And she's like a Jack Russell.
Yes, just
tell her you want something sorting out, and it's sorted.
Jack Russells have got horrible bites. Just remember that. Debbie, you were one of the people who fought viciously against this idea of the 99 baht special because, as you said at the time, it's impossible to put out a decent meal that's edible with decent quality products for 99 baht. But you're doing it now.
Well, that's because we've got COVID now. And if we didn't, we wouldn't have any customers. We tried it without doing anything, and that didn't work. So, a U-turn. I'm Mackie Thatcher now. But complete U-turn.
Are you doing it and making a profit, or are you running it at a loss?
I'm running at a loss.
So you're still doing decent quality?
Yes, we didn't do what some of the others have done and dish up rubbish for 99. We serve the same good food we've always served. We just slashed the prices, but most of the time we managed to pay the bills and the salaries.
Because I went somewhere, and I'm not going to say where, I had a breakfast a little while ago, and the sausage was that pink gooey muck that you get in cheap sausages in the UK. And I cut into it and it was just like pink, vile, cheap crap.
No, well, that's what we said. If we're going to do it, we'll do it properly. Because hopefully turnover will make it worthwhile.
And it keeps your customers coming back, doesn't it?
It comes back. I have very good regular customers.
But how's this? Sunday lunches, you do Sunday lunches,
Sunday lunches are exactly the same. They're not reduced in price, and we're averaging 50 a week.
Oh, that's good.
So that's the day when I make the money to pay off all the rest
That's
of
when
the
you
week.
make your fortune. You pay for the Mercedes payments and stuff like that. Yeah,
2 new tyres this week.
On a serious note, how much do you think your business dropped due to COVID? What percent?
I couldn't tell you percent. I'll give you... Last January, I took 1.8 million.
In a month?
Yes.
My God.
This January, I've taken 350,000.
Slight difference.
Yeah, just
What did you do with the 1.8 million?
Well, funnily enough, we've paid the rent for the last 12 months. So, no, we haven't got any money.
So you're like a lot of people. You look at the high season, which is the traditional high season that would give you the income to pay all your bills ahead to get you through the low season when it's crap.
Start from the beginning again. But of course, there's no beginning again.
So I've got to ask you another question. We've heard about good landlords, we've heard about bad landlords, and some landlords are saying, no, you've got to pay all the rent. If you don't pay it, you can get out. Others are looking after their tenants. How are you finding it?
We have a very nice landlady, and she's given us a decent reduction.
That's fair, isn't it?
And hasn't interfered, so good luck to her.
But you've been with her for, 19 years?
16 years.
16 years, so she'd be daft to...
Exactly.
Because she knows at some point you're going to come back again.
Yeah.
Are you serving booze again now?
We are.
Has that made a difference?
No. Well, it has, because I've got less customers. The first customer Monday morning had a chang with the breakfast. But unfortunately, the bars are open. Because we went for a walk round Monday afternoon. All the bars were full, but we were empty. So it's made, Wednesday we were very busy because everybody drunk themselves to death. So we did 40 breakfasts on Wednesday.
40 breakfasts, but they all
yesterday we only did 13 because everybody was back in the bars again.
Well, I suppose it's the novelty, isn't it? Because nobody's been able to go into a bar since New Year. Nobody's been able to legally buy alcohol since before New Year. So we're going to go through that learning curve a bit.
It's up and down. One day good, one day bad. But as long as I make...
What do you say? I mean, have you got any idea what percentage of your sales is normally booze? Not
a lot. Probably 15%.
Really?
Yeah.
So it didn't really affect you?
No, that was the only good thing. When the original, David's original partner, Nicky, left, we had to decide whether we were going to be a bar or a restaurant. And we decided, even though David loves a drink far too much, that it was better to concentrate on the restaurant, because if all you are is a bar and anything goes wrong, that's it, you're finished.
Yeah, you're shot in the foot, aren't you?
So we concentrated on getting the restaurant and the quality of the food and good food.
That's kind of work for you, because it's seen you a little bit through the rough times.
And even now, it's still working, because people would rather come and have a good meal without a drink than come and have a drink.
So I want to ask you a serious question. Normally, let's be fair, normally you have a very good lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You live in a nice house.
Yes.
You and David happy, enjoying yourself, no problems with money. How do you find the difference now it's really sinking in? Because I know how it affects us.
Well, I miss my days out. We used to have a day out once a week, and we used to go sit on the beach and just relax and have a few. The bar I go to, they don't know what a single vodka is. They only serve doubles, so it's very... By about the time you've been there an hour, you're very mellow and happy. And
then
they pick me up and throw me in the car and take us home. Well, we haven't done that now for a year. We don't get days off now.
You don't get a day off?
I usually get half a day off. I'm having a half day today because we changed everything, and we have less staff. We had to cut staff down. We had to. So if I can talk, as you well know, I'm a talker. So if I'm in the bar and customers come in, first-time customers who've never been for the breakfast before, I can talk to people. And a lot of customers I have, if they know I'm not there, they won't come.
Right.
They want me to be there.
To be fair, if I go there, I want to see Debbie as well.
Yes. So I tend to be at work about 8 hours a day, 7 days a week now for the last year.
So if you're working all the time...
Yes.
Is your husband working all the time?
Well, according to him, he is, because he's staring at his iPad looking to see how many customers we've got.
And with your CCTV?
Yes, and he's also got the whole till downloaded in the iPad, so he knows exactly what's going on.
Right.
I get lots of messages. Why is that customer not paid? He's been sitting there 3 hours.
But he's not actually working in the restaurant?
No, he works at home. He looks after the dog.
That's his job?
That's his job, and enjoying his 6 or 7 cans of beer that I allow him a day.
6 or 7 every day?
Yes.
Must be in a nice state by the time you get home. Very mellow, very chilled out.
Yes, he's usually quite happy.
Asleep?
Yeah, on the way. He just makes sure I'm home, and then he
But it's a change for him, isn't it, really? Because he's used to the social life of the restaurant.
He's found it a lot harder to cope with than I have.
In what way?
Just the lack of people to talk to about football, mainly. David's life revolves around football. And we could tell you what customers were going to be here every month of the year and for how long they were here. And they would come, not every day, but they'd come for breakfast, or they'd come in the afternoon, and they'd all sit outside and they'd drink beer, and they'd go through every connotation of all the football leagues, and that was what he loved, just sitting and talking. Oh, and then they'd talk about things that I'm not allowed to listen to when I was inside, you know, the things boys talk
men's
about.
talk.
Yes, men's talk.
Proper men's talk.
Proper men's talk. But now there is nobody here, because we don't have friends who live here, because when you have friends who are customers.
Transient friends.
Yes.
Yes.
But they come and he's lost all that.
And it's got to be difficult for him as well, because he was a very hard-working man. Back in the day, he was a miner, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
That's not exactly an easy job.
No.
Which is probably why he's short, because the pits are a bit low, aren't they?
Yes, it was suited him perfectly.
So, I mean, now he's gone from being a miner, working his guts out every day, to a clean job, but fun job, because you've been running the restaurant, and obviously you built it up together, to doing that sweet FA.
That's it.
Absolutely sod all.
Sort of in a way, because we've got it running perfectly. You know, as David always said, it looks easy, but it's like a duck, you know, the serene on the surface. But now you're not even got that, because you haven't got that, oh my God, there's so-and-so's crowd turning up tomorrow. Have we got enough beer? Have we got this? Have we got that? There's none of that. It's just...
Where do you see the future?
Well, everybody, I don't see a future anymore. I think probably another year, if it hasn't improved in another year, that'll be... You can't keep going at this and not making anything to make it worthwhile doing. I mean, all I'm doing is, because the staff have all worked for me so long, I'm keeping going for them.
Right.
Because there aren't any other jobs.
Right.
I mean, David and I could probably retire. He's got a bit of a pension. I could probably get my pension early. Or we could go home. The children would build us a granny flat in the garden.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no. But unless they let people back in, Pattaya and the whole of Thailand, well, the world's doomed unless they open up soon.
Because your business is exclusively expats and tourists from overseas coming here.
Yes.
The bringing domestic tourism doesn't bring you a single customer.
No.
Right.
Not at all.
I'm going to ask you a question. This is a very important question, because a lot of people and a lot of businesses in this city traditionally paid sod all in taxes, paid sod all in VAT, paid sod all in national insurance.
Well, I must be the exception to the rule, because we pay everything.
So you are a proper, fully paid up member of the national insurance program in Thailand. Taxes, VAT,
yes,
everything.
Everything.
So you are fully paid up as a business. This is not Mickey Mouse, because I'm not being funny. We know there are lots of businesses out there. They're not real businesses.
No, we have every licence, everything that has to be paid, we have paid.
Have you noticed in your soy, which is Soi Bua Khao, just to remind ourselves, Nicky's is a family restaurant in Soi Bua Khao. Very easy to find. It's a lovely place. Just look it up on Google Maps or look them up on Facebook. And it's really a nicely friendly place, as you can see with Debbie. But you've seen all the number of shops down there that the shutters are down and not coming up.
Yes. Well, before, when there was the beer ban, from the corner of where the 7-Eleven is on Soi 15, there was only one other place open between us and the new hotel, Holiday Express.
You know, if the UK, for example, or if other countries have got these vaccination programs working, and this country gets its vaccination program working, which it may well do, once that's done, it will then be safer for tourists to come back here. And maybe we won't have to have the 2-week quarantine, because you'll have a certificate that says you've been vaccinated.
Yes.
That's going to be the only thing that's a saving grace, isn't it?
Yes.
But you're not going to see, you've accepted that you're not going to see any increase in business until probably November.
At least, I think it'll be at least another year. I honestly can't see anything. Every time I ring home, there's more people. I mean, it's like, oh, there's another 100,000. Oh, there's this. Well, who's died? I don't know anyone who's died, but I don't know how much of it is true and how much of it is media mongering, but I cannot see. And the Thais, even with the vaccinations, as much as the Thai government are doing very well, they're going to make everything so difficult.
Because they're worried about it coming here.
Well, exactly.
You look at Malaysia, they're getting like thousands and thousands a day. I mean, 12,000 is not new.
I mean, he has done well to keep it as it is, but at some point, I'm sure it will break out.
I hope it doesn't, because if it does, we are really in the deep.
Yes,
there's no two ways about it. Yeah, granny flat in the garden. Yeah. So you think that tourism really, we've got another year to wait?
I think so. I mean, we're lucky. We've got a few coming in off ASQs. Some of the people who've been coming every year for 30 years, and they're gradually dribbling in now. So this week alone, I've had 7 new guys come in who I know well, who've got the money to actually buy off the menu and not buy the 99ers.
Oh, the winners. Yes, money.
Yeah, I love them. So there are people, and I know there are people wanting to come. And if they could if they can get the vaccinations and cut the quarantine to 5 days, you would probably
but do you think, or are you committed then? You're committed to another 12 months waiting?
Yes, because if we don't, not me, I would love to quit. But if David has nothing to do, even though he does nothing he'll
go up to 12 pints a day.
Yes, and he'll have no interest. At least this gives him a reason to be.
Does it make it difficult for you?
Can be difficult some days, but I'm quite a nice, pleasant person, very patient, apart from when I'm screaming.
I wouldn't want to see you in a bad mood, that's for certain.
I don't. I don't really get in bad moods. I just go very quiet and stop talking. People know.
But it must be driving him up the wall as well.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, it's not just him, a lot of people drink through boredom.
Yes.
Absolutely, they are just bored witless. They've got nothing else to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know people who own bars that went to their bars with the shutters down and sat there on their own and had a bloody drink because they were just bored witless.
Yes, it is. It's today we were in the bar early just organising things, and one of the staff is the one who's going to be a future in-law, and she said, and my husband David said to her, "Oh, you know Mad Sheila?" And she said, "Oh yes, when I'm in Biddulph, every time I go past."
When I'm what?
In Biddulph. It's a village.
Oh, where you live?
Where David lives. So every time I go past Spoons, which is with the Spoons, to those who don't know, she's in there drinking. The government give her money to drink because they say if she doesn't drink, she'll die. And so I said to David, well, we'd better let you drink every day because if you stop drinking, you'll die too.
Maybe you can get some money from the government for that.
Maybe. I would love to get some money from the government, but I don't think that's going to happen, do you?
Do you know, honestly, because I think yours is a great family restaurant. It's not posh, it's not low, it's a comfortable family
it's friendly.
eatery.
We just want it to be friendly.
And we just want to wish you all the best.
And we want to keep
We're going to keep an eye on you. We're going to keep an eye on you. We're going to come and eat there wherever we can.
Please
and
do.
Anybody else who's watching this, if you're watching this today, Soi Bua Khao, nip down to Nicky's. Yes, it's 99 baht and you can get a great breakfast or a great meal. But check out the rest of the menu as well because it's just a nice place to be. And let's support smaller businesses. Debbie, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
We'll see you again very soon. Do I get a free breakfast for this?
Yes, you do.
Okay, sold.